So, good afternoon, Stockport.
Good afternoon.
Joanne, tell us a little bit more about yourself and what you do.
Yeah, thank you. My name's Joanne Grogan and I'm a personal travel consultant. I have a business for Joanne Grogan Travel Counsellors. It is a franchise. My head office is actually Manchester. So my head office is at Trafford Centre. But it's my business. It's me that's here and it's me that you deal with. And I can make anything corporate or leisure travel. I'm here to talk to whatever travel needs you have at all. I like doing any of it.
So it's a very personal service.
It is. It's me that you deal with. You're not on a call centre. You're nothing, you just have me from start to finish. If, when you're away, anything happens, though, there is a 24/7 office at the Trafford Centre that are brilliant, that pick up any emergencies. You've always got somebody to speak to. You have to think, oh, God, it's the middle of the night, I can't phone Joanne. There is somebody to talk to. But otherwise, for the whole process, it's me. So, which has been great during this time, because that's been the biggest feedback people have said is they can't speak to anybody over the last 3 months because everybody's furloughed. Whereas with me, it's my business, it's me, I'm here, and I've been here for the whole period. So my customers have been able to talk to me throughout the whole thing.
So did you work from home before lockdown, or is this a new thing for you?
Yeah, I work from home. This is where I base. So and then I go out and meet people wherever if they want to meet me. Or now I can do Zoom calls, do little chats about holidays with Zooms. It's a brand new world. But yeah, I've always worked from home for the last couple of years. So.
Oh, fantastic. So how has it actually been for you? Because obviously with lockdown and travel just stopping overnight, you must have had so much information to assimilate and so many people to help. How have you coped?
It was the first couple of weeks when it was changing daily. Everything was changing and you could slowly see the world closing down around you. We started, for me, the worst thing was about a week before we went down into lockdown, I had a meeting in town with a guy who was due to go to Vietnam on the Friday, and it was his birthday. And I said, tell you what, we said, come into town. And I work sometimes in partnership with another girl, so another travel counsellor. So we said, look, come into town. We'd hired an office for a day. We'll have a drink, and we'll do all your tickets and talk through it. But that morning, as I was due to meet him at lunchtime, he was going to Vietnam. I was getting news that Vietnam couldn't get in. So it was like kind of meeting going, happy birthday. Hope you have a lovely day. Don't think you're going on Friday. And that from then onwards, it was a start of everything just cancelling down, and everything that I spent the last couple of months building and creating some amazing holidays with people. I've had to sit here for the last couple of months just slowly picking them to pieces and pulling them apart and giving money back.
Gosh.
So, yeah.
So you had to be resilient and just keep going forward through this. And I suppose you've got to be a little bit of a counsellor for all of your clients that are going through this as well.
Yeah, and it's not knowing. Nobody knows what's been happening. I had some people that were due to go to the States originally at the end of April. And at the time we cancelled it. Sorry, it was the end of March. We cancelled it and said, "See what? She'll book for July." So we booked end of July, and obviously that's not going anywhere. So I've had to kind of keep that conversation going and saying, we're not going to get there, and we pull the plug on it eventually. So it's been things like that, and it's just dealing with people, even for customers that aren't mine, because they can't speak to anybody else. I've even had one today of a neighbour of mine saying she'd booked through somebody else and she can't get a message, and it was through an online travel agent and nobody was returning the calls, and can you have a look and help me? And that's what I've been able to do, is just help people that, even if it's not my booking, it's just I'm here and I've got a computer, I know what I'm talking about, so I can look into things for them.
That's really kind that you're able to do that for people who are just hitting that brick wall of no one's responding to me, and you're able to, right, okay, I can get around that brick wall.
Yeah, that's it. And just at least give them peace of mind. I'll put them in the right direction of where they need to go to get round it, and things that they can do that I can't. But it's just helping. It's sometimes some people just want to know. I want to just vent at me and say, "Do you think we'll be going?" And I don't know the definite answer, but I can give them the logic behind it. Or the biggest one is why people haven't had refunds, and you're like kind of saying, "Well, yeah, but you can pay that easily online, but there isn't an automated refund system, and you need people a lot of the tour operators need staff, and all the staff are furloughed. This is why there is a big problem with refunds, is that there's no staff to actually manually process a refund. and that's what they need, and that's why the delays kicks in as long as it has.
Gosh, it's not necessarily that they won't get a refund, it's just the people have not been there to facilitate it for the people. Ah, okay.
And especially the number of refunds that some companies are dealing with as well. It's just, there wasn't, obviously, I know everybody keeps saying nobody expected this, and they didn't. It was never on the cards, so nobody knew what to do with it. So yeah, the last couple of months have been, it's been challenging. It's been, sat there and thinking, well, what do I continue? Do I not continue? What's going to happen? But I love doing travel, so I'm here.
So looking forward, sorry, but I'm looking forward there though, because obviously things are beginning to open up, and there's talk about air bridges and the quarantines moving and changing. Because I know some good friends of mine who are Brits but live in Holland are looking to come back. Are you seeing glimmers of light at the end of the tunnel? What positives are you seeing?
We've been seeing positives the last few weeks anyway, with people looking for next year. Has been a big thing. I've done quite a few for next year. Some people have written off this year and gone, you know what, I'll double my spend next year and I'll do something special. So we've seen things like that that's happening, which is good. This year, an awful lot of UK is coming through now. I'm constantly getting asked, can I get a house in Cornwall? Which is getting hard. So yeah, and there's little bits. I think people are a bit wary still on flying. I mean, my parents live in France. When you said the same thing, my parents are desperate to come home to see everybody, and it's like trying to be waiting for the quarantines to go down and know it's safe to travel, and then come over. So I think it's just, people have to just see, especially with local lockdowns happening, isn't helping. But yeah, there's a lot of people still want to travel. I think probably once you get to September, October, you might see a bit more of people saying, yeah, you know what, we'll have a quick week away and stuff. So yeah, it's getting better.
I hope so, because it's nice when people have something they can really look forward to, because it helps with wellness and being motivated, doesn't it? So
yeah, that's without a doubt. I mean, holidays are so important for everything, and especially after, if you think about what we've been through, it's just to clear your head and just forget about it for a bit. It'd be wonderful. I think what's with holidays, so when you say that though, it's not the same. People are going to Spain, you've still got to do your masks, you've still got to keep all these things in your mind, and that's why I think more people are looking at next year. We're getting more through for next year than I am for this year at the moment.
So you touched there on people booking for Cornwall, for an example there. Obviously, I'm getting a lot of inquiries now from people going, I want to staycation in the UK. Where would you recommend? You're getting inquiries for that?
I am. I've been doing it, like I say, a lot this week on cottages and lodges. And people want to lodge with a hot tub and things like that. And trying to find Cornwall, it's getting really hard for August, I'll tell you now. But yeah, getting a lot more of that, and just looking at different things to do. We've just set up with a new supplier that does little tours. He's a specialist tour operator within the UK and does luxury tours. So they do the trains in Scotland and stay in these amazing places and stuff. So it's just, we've, as a company with our head office, they've found some great suppliers from the UK that we never really had to sell in the UK before, that we're able to pull on now. So that's great. We've got a good range of UK products. What's helped from Travel Counsellors' point of view is we're actually a global company. We have offices in the UAE, we have offices in Australia, we have them in South Africa. So we're used to inbound business of people. So we've had the contacts there. It's just we've never been able to sell it to a UK market. Okay. So it's good that we actually now can, and we get and the business, the interest is there for UK market. Excellent.
So there's lots of positives there you're talking about going forward, which is fantastic. Yeah. I see that you had 19 years working for BA. Is this where your love of travel and love of foreign places comes from?
It is. I spent my growing up years with BA. I think that's the easiest way to say it. Instead of university, I went to BA, and it was amazing. I started on reservations, and yeah, by the time I left, I was account manager for the north of England for a large group of businesses. So yeah, and that's how I learned Travel Counsellors, because Travel Counsellors are 25 years old. And I remember if you want to go back in time and you think of Travel Counsellors, think 25 years ago, and they set up as a home working travel agency. nobody knew how to deal with this company as suppliers. So we didn't know how to deal with them. But the thing that stuck in my mind was customer service, and they was customer service driven. Their homes, it was all personal with them. And I was BA at the time that was driven into at BA. You was customer service. The customer came first. Everything, we fly to serve. Everything else was the main thing for BA. So yeah, that's where it comes from. Is BA was my grounding. It's a wonderful time.
It's lovely to hear you speak so fondly of that. That's absolutely brilliant. So if you must have seen some amazing places across the globe then with your career.
Oh yeah, this is the thing. Even when I left BA, we still travelled. It's always been. It's just I've done it from being 21. We just travelled. We said instead of taking a year off, we just take a few weeks off and take a backpack and just see where we end up. My favourite was always standing in Bangkok airport looking at a board going, right, where should we go to? We've made it to Bangkok, where should we go next? So yeah.
And where did you go next?
Cambodia.
Oh wow.
We did Vietnam and Cambodia that trip. We just stood there and went, right, where should we go? And then we went to Vietnam and up to Cambodia. So yeah.
Is there anywhere on your bucket list that's not been there, I must still get to go there?
Oh, loads. I want to do Argentina. I want to do Peru. I've never done Africa. Never done a safari. That's on my list. Quite fancy Tanzania. Yeah, there's loads. And America. I want to do Nashville, Memphis, and New Orleans because I've never done those, and I want to do that as a little trip.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yes.
I have a whole list of things.
Loads of great things to look forward to there. That's and places that I've never really thought of going on holiday, but I know from what you're saying you will end up doing them over the next few years as you go forward, which is brilliant. Yeah,
we've always done it, even with kids. When the kids was little, it's like, right, we'll still go and do things, and we've always liked an adventure. That's what we love doing most.
So how old are your kids? You don't mind me asking.
15 and 13. And
how has lockdown been with you, your husband, and the kids there?
It's been interesting. We've had to move around quite a lot. My office has been taken by my husband at one stage, by my daughter at another stage. So I've just moved computers and gone and sat in the kitchen. I've gone and sat in her bedroom. Whichever place is able to work is fine. But no, they're both of the age that you want to discover the world, you want to start doing things. My daughter had a whole list of gigs in line that she was planning on going to that have all cancelled. So we wouldn't have had them here. They'd have gone off and they'd be doing their own things with football or with dancing or with gigs or with this or with that. And it's been quite nice having them home at this age that you don't have them, to just connect and have a really nice family time together and do films and do music and do, play. We've dug out the old Wii system and we've been playing silly games on the Wii. Just different things like that. Yeah.
So it sounds like a happy, fun house and a musical chairs house.
Yeah. I mean, it's been great. I mean, they've kept up with they've been school working anyway. They've had loads of school work on and they've kept up with that. So we've kept a routine. They still get up and we try and get them up anyway. They're still at the desk for 9 o'clock because my husband's working full time downstairs in the kitchen anyway. So he's up earlier. So it's like, right, well, 9 o'clock, let's get everybody sat doing something. And then once they're done, they can do what they want after that. So yeah, we've just worked it round that way. It's worked for us. That's the main thing. Brilliant.
Joanne, wonderful. I've thoroughly enjoyed this and I'm sure everyone who listens to it will as well. And if you're listening and you need a holiday or a staycation booked, especially Cornwall, you haven't got long, do give Joanne a ring. Joanne, thank you very much. Take care. I will speak to you soon.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.